Hello, good morning, friends. Myself, Dhaval Mistry. I am Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department in Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, which is situated in Navsari. Today, we are going a presentation on a gating system. Let's see first gating system. Gating system means all the passage through which the molten metal enters the mold cavity, including the pouring basin, runner, gate, riser, etc. The manner in which the molten metal enter into the mold has a great impact on the quality of the casting produce. So the gating system should be carefully designed and produced. The term gating system refers to all the passageway through which the molten metal pass to enter the mold cavity. The gating system is composed of first one is pouring basin, sprue, runner, gates and riser. Let's see figure of elements of gating system. So an upper side of the pouring cup, sprue down gate, sprue base well bottom, casting, runner, cross gate, runner extension, gates in gates. These are the all elements of the gating system. Let's see requirement and function of the gating system. A gating system should fill the mold cavity completely before freezing. Introduce the liquid metal into the mold cavity with low viscosity and little turbulence so that mold erosion, metal oxidation and gas pickup is prevented. Gating system should ensure the complete filling of the mold cavity. Gating system should prevent the bottom metal from absorbing air or other gases while flowing through it. Gating system should prevent the formation of oxide. Gating system should prevent the entry of oxide, slag, dross, etc. Gating system should assist in directional solidification of the casting. Gating system design should be practicable and economical. These are the requirement and function of the gating system. Let's see first element of the gating system is pouring basin. So in a figure these are the pouring basin. The molten metal is poured into the pouring basin which act as a reservoir from which it moves smoothly into the sprue. The pouring basin may be cut into the cup portion directly or separately. Dry sand pouring basin may be prepared and used. The molten metal in the pouring basin should be full during the pouring operation to avoid the atmospheric air and slag from the entering the mold cavity. The molten metal is not directly poured into the mold cavity because it may cause the mold erosion. The pouring basin also stops the slag from entering the mold cavity by means of skimmer or skim core. It holds back the slag or dirt which float on the top and allows only clean metal underneath into the sprue. Let's see figure of pouring basin. There are the different types of design of pouring basin. See in a figure liquid metal, dam and sprue. These are the pouring basin design. Next is the strainer core. A strainer core shown in a figure. It is strainer or screen with the many small holes. It is utilized to maintain the constant condition of flow. The strainer restricted to flow of molten metal into the sprue, thus help in quick filling of the pouring basin and restricted the flow of slag into the mold. It allow only clean metal to the enter into the sprue. This is the strainer core. Next is sprue. A sprue is the channel through which the molten metal is brought to the parting plane where it enters the runners and gets to ultimately reach the mold cavity. If the sprue is a straight and cylindrical, then metal flow would not be full at bottom, but some low pressure area would be created around the metal in the sprue. Atmospheric air would be breathed into this low pressure area, which would be then carried to the mold cavity. To eliminate this problem, trap sprue is used. Let's see figure of the two types of sprue, straight sprue and taper sprue. Next is sprue base well. This is the reservoir of metal at the bottom of the sprue to reduce the momentum of the molten metal. The molten metal gain velocity while moving down the sprue, some of which is lost in the sprue base well, by which the mold erosion is reduced. See in a figure sprue bottom side of sprue well, then upper side is a pouring cup, sprue, gate, runner extension, runner and runner well. Next is runner. While designing the runner, the system care should be taken to reduce the sharp corner or sudden change of section. From heat loss factor, circular cross section runner are preferable. Also, runner is the generally cut in cope in a gate in drag to trap the slag. It is also good a practice to have half of the runner in the cope and the rest in the drag, which effectively reduce the slag inclusion. See in a figure there are two types of runner full and runner partial full. In the first figure the slag are there are many slag, and the second figure are the slag is low. Next is runner extension. The runner is extended little further after it encounter the ingate. This extension is provided to trap the slag into a molten metal. So in a figure there are the last side the runner extension, then gates, runner, sprue basing, sprue or down sprue and pouring basin. Next is gate or ingate. These are opening through while molten metal enter the mold cavity. There are two many types of gates. First one is top gate, bottom gate. The top gate, in this type of gate, metal enters the cavity from top. Cavity is filled very quickly. Therefore, top gates are not advisable for those material which are likely to form dross, turbulence, waste, slag or etc. Then bottom gates. In bottom gates, these types of gate is used when the molten metal enter the mold cavity from bottom of the cavity. It takes more time to fill mold. Then is partial parting gate. In parting gates, the metal enter the mold at the parting plane when the part of the casting is in the cope and the part of the casting in drag. Then step gate. They are used for heavy and large casting. The molten metal enter mold cavity through a number of ingots which are arranged in a vertical step. The size of ingot is normally increased from the top to bottom. This ensures the gradual filling of the mold without mold erosion and produce sound casting. These are the gates. Then is the riser. Most of the foundry metal are allowed shrink during the solidification. As the result of volumetric shrinkage, the void are likely to form in the casting. Additional molten metal is fed into this place, which is termed as hot spot since it remains hot till the end. Hence, the reservoir of molten metal is maintained from which the metal can flow readily into the mold cavity when the need arises. This reservoir is called riser. Different material have different shrinkage, hence the risering requirement vary for the materials. Grey cast iron sometimes may have negative shrinkage. This happens because with the higher carbon and silicon contents, graphination occurs while the increase the volume and contrast the metal shrinkage. The solidification metal in the riser is cut off from the main casting and melted to reduce. The higher the riser volume, the lower is the casting yield. The requirement of riser depend on the types of metal pouring and complexity of the casting. During the solidification of metal experience shrinkage which result in a void formation creation of hot spot. This can be avoided by feeding a hot spot during the solidification. Risers are used to feed casting during the solidification. Riser must solidify after casting. Risers should be located so that the directional solidification occur from the extremity of the mold cavity back toward the riser. Thickest part of casting last of to freeze risers should feed directly to the regions. These are the riser. Then the types of riser. There are three types of riser. First one is top riser, blind riser, and internal riser. So in a figure, first one is the top riser. They are open to atmosphere. They tend to most conventional and conventional to make. Then second one is the blind riser. So in a figure are completely conclude include the mold cavity. It loses heat slowly since it's surrounding by the molding sand and thus would be a more effective. Then is internal riser. They are enclosed on the all side of the casting. They are normally used for the casting which are cylindrical in a shape to have hollow portion. These are the types of riser. Then is defects occur in due to the improper design of gating system. There are the oxidation of metal, cold sun, mold erosion, shrinkage, porosity, misrons, and penetration of liquid metal into the mold cavity. First one is oxidation of metal. In this types of cause, this is causes by a fusion of sand grain with the molten metal, giving a brittle glassy appearance of the casting surface. These are causes by a low refractoriness, fault gating, too high pouring temperature, then pouring facing sand. Remedies are improve refractoriness, modify gating system, use lower pouring temperature, then improve a quality facing sand. Then second one is the cold shunt. A cold shunt is cold when the two metal streams does not fuse together properly. This is caused by a lack of fluidity of molten metal, faulty design, faulty gating. Remedies are adjust a proper pouring temperature, modify design, modify gating system. These are the cold shunt. Then a molding erosion. This defect occurs due to erosion of sand from the mold or core surface by the molten metal. Causes is low strength of mold and core, lack of binder in a facing and core sand, faulty gating. Remedies are improper calipers, modify design, provide a soft ramming. Then is the shrinkage. In shrinkage, during the solidification of metal, there is volumetric shrinkage. To compensate this, proper feeding of liquid metal is required. This is caused by a faulty gating and rising, improper chilling. Remedies are ensure proper directional solidification by modify gating, rising, and chilling. Then a porosity. A porosity is this defect occur in a casting in the form of pinhole porosity or gas porosity. Hydrogen is responsible for pinhole porosity. Gases will be absorbed by the liquid metal. When the metal solidify, the soluble decrease and gases will be a release and create small void throughout the casting called a porosity. Causes is high pouring temperature, gas dissolved in the metal charge, less flux used, high moisture and low permeability in mold. Remedies are increase of flux properties, ensure effective degreeness, reduce the moisture and increase the permeability. Then is misrun. In misrun is created when the metal is unable to fill the mold cavity completely and thus leaving an unfilled portion causes by misrun. This is causes a lack of fluidity of molten metal, faulty design, faulty gating. Remedies are adjust of proper pouring temperature, modify design, modify getting system. Then last one is the penetration of liquid metal into the mold wall. This defect occurs erosion of sand and mold are cut core by the molten metal. These are the causes by either large grain size of sand and sand uses sand, soft ramming, molding sand or core have low strength, pouring temperature of metal is high. Then remedies is a use sand having finer grain size, provide a harder ramming, increase the strength of sand, adjust the proper pouring a temperature. In penetration, if the molten metal enter into the space between the sand grain, holds some of the sand tightly with the even after felting defect known as the penetration of liquid metal into the mold cavity. These are the defects occur due to the improper design in getting system. In this video, we are covered in the getting system acts in a GTU exam for most time application in a 7 marks. Thank you.